I'm back, y'all. I left off on the last video where we lived at 9533 Harper Street and all the chaos and craziness that went on there. And towards the end of that video, I was trying to explain how black people were treated back then. You already know how we were treated, but I'm talking about with me living through it, how I saw it. They didn't care what we did to each other. Really, they didn't. Because my mother did a lot of damage to some men, and they did damage to her, but she shot a couple, she stabbed my daddy, she fought, she did all kinds of things, and she never went to prison or, was charged and went through the court system for those crimes. Her welfare worker put money in her check extra for her to get an extra pint of liquor because she had so many kids. I mean, the system is still messed up, but that's something that happened. So right now, I want to just continue with a few things from Harper Street. Growing up, I had a lot of fun too outside the house as kids playing and roaming the neighborhood and all of that. And as you know, growing up in a house with like 10 kids and no father structure, living up under the roof like that, house wide open all the time. I'm sure y'all know families like that. Somebody with a bunch of kids who have kids and their kids have friends, and there's always a swinging door. Front door stay open, winter damn near all winter, summer for sure. Just the bad kids on the block, people would look at us as, I guess. But the good thing about it was she had mostly girls, and all of us, all my older sisters and all, don't hold it against people when they say, they realize what God gave them. Where my sisters drop dead gorgeous, beautiful. So, with my mother having those rent parties and card games and stuff like that, it brought a lot of guys around. So a lot of trouble followed with that. Anyway, so on Harper Street, other than all the stuff that the adults were doing, the fights, it was nothing to come home from school and see the police outside, like I said. We got a lot of whoopings. A lot of whoopings. I mean, I got a whooping one morning. I had left out. It was like, I guess daylight savings time wasn't on at that point. I was about 11 or 12. And we were on Harper Street. And these people that lived across Harper in the house, I played with the kids a lot. But for whatever reason, they were supposed to be some kin to us. So me and the little girl, we was kind of close, friendly with each other, whatever. And we getting ready for school that morning. I got dressed kind of fast and early because I want to go and meet her so we can walk together. I left out the house without telling my mama. It was still dark outside. My brother and them and all them still getting ready. I walked across Harper, went up the block. I think it was May Street, M-A-Y, May, off Harper and Gratiot. I'm sitting over there in her living room waiting on her to get ready. She come down, we walking up her block. I see my brothers and sisters yelling something. I'm looking, they saying, "Mama want you, Mama want you." And instantly I knew. I don't know why I left out that house without telling her, but when they said, "Mama want you," I was in trouble. I went to the house, got up on the porch. When I got to the door, she was standing in the living room with a switch in her hand. And I was like, "What I do, Mama?" She said, "You know what you did, get your ass in here." I took off running. I ran, caught up with my brothers and sisters and them, went to school that day, did my little 6.5, 7 hours or whatever. Really didn't think about it until like the last hour or so of class, knowing I got to go home. I left. We walked to the house, walked up Harper. They went on in. I got up. She was laying on the couch with that same switch, laying on the, like halfway on the floor, leaning on the couch. She sat up and said, "Get your ass in here." I took off running. I ran down Harper, ran down Raymond, up towards Georgia. I'm running. Next thing I know, I see my daddy in his cab because he drove taxi at that point too. My daddy was hustler, like always doing something to pick up money. Anyway, he driving and telling me, "Get in the car. I ain't gonna let her beat you. Get in the car, get in the car." I knew better than that. I'm running. Look behind me, my brother Pookie, right on my heels, running behind me. He catches me. I fall in the grass. I'm holding the grass with both hands. He peeled me off the grass, picked me up, put me in the cab. My daddy drove me back to the house. Pookie took me in. My mama beat the shit out of me. I mean, whoopings, you get a whooping for making too much noise in the morning after she done been up all night drinking and partying or whatever. You can get your ass whooped, waking her up. So it just was a lot of that kind of stuff going on. And then people expect for when kids to get to be adults that stuff don't affect them or follow them. You know, I was so bad though. I don't know if it was because how I lived or it was just in me or whatever it was. I was a badass kid. I was bad. I was a tomboy, bad. Anyway, we had met these kids that lived off of Gratiot and Harper. I can't remember the name of that street, but it wasn't that far. Probably a 3-5 minute walk. But we met them. It was 2 girls and a boy, and with me and my brothers, it was 2 boys and a girl. So we all became friends. We used to have yard sales and lemonade sales and go to the YMCA. We learned how to swim up there. But we wreaked havoc on that section of Gratiot and Harper. Get out of school, go do what you're going to do around the house where your mama tell you get out and go play. We would get our bikes or whatever. We would ride up and down Harper, going into business. We was stealing from the grocery store. We was messing with people. We was bullying this Caucasian white folk girl, whatever you want to call a white girl. I remember her mama used to say, "Why y'all keep doing that to Alma? Alma don't bother nobody." And we shouldn't have, but we did. We used to go up to this shoe shop. There was a black guy that owned a shoe shop right off of Harper and Gratiot, like next to Pat's Lounge, the bar that I hung at years later. And he had his door wide open. He had a screen door, and his wooden door used to be open, and he used to be in there. We used to go in there, and he was nice to us and everything, but bad. It was 6 of us, 6 badass between 9 and 14, just sitting in his chairs. He had shoe shine in there. He repaired shoes. He sold stuff, for shoes and clothes and leather or whatever. And he had his office. It didn't have a door. He had a curtain that hung up. And he used to go behind that curtain, and we used to see his feet. He used to be looking at us. And we knew he was up to no good. 11, 12 years old, the household that we came out of, we knew what was up. So we decided, I don't know, we didn't decide to harass him, but we started harassing that man. And we used to go in there and get in his chairs, jump over shit, go behind the counter, look at this, take that, pick up this. He used to be like, "Don't do that, get out of here," and run us off. We'd come back. We went in there one day. I don't know if he had had enough of us, but he was acting nice when we went in. And we went in doing our usual, sitting in his chairs and messing with his stuff, like we shining our shoes, doing stuff just bad as hell. He came from around that counter. He grabbed my girlfriend and one of her brothers and slanged them out the door. He was grabbing us up. We swinging, trying to fight. He threw our ass out of there on the sidewalk. From that day forward, we used to make it one of our stops on our badass daily being bad. Go by there, we collect a whole lot of rocks and sticks and stuff, and we would go by there and kick his screen door open and throw rocks in there at him and run. I don't know what happened with that, but we eventually left him alone. I think he was getting dangerous or something. I don't know, but whatever happened, we stopped bothering that man. But 2, it just was, we had no structure. I don't know what people would expect from kids when your household is in an uproar and then you release them to the streets. What you think you're going to get? Ain't no scholars coming out of there. So that right there, I want to stop. But when I come back, I want to tell you about a couple of other addresses that we lived at and how life was. And I'm telling these stories because I want people to understand how we became who we are, how a lot of black people you see, you wonder, what is wrong with them? Why do they act like that? Where they was raised at? Who raised them? I'm an example. And 2, somebody had asked me, somebody that watched my videos asked me, "What is your point? Why are you telling these stories?" I don't know exactly to pinpoint it, but there's a lot of different reasons. One is black people came through struggle, as we all know. When we had the right to vote, when we got the right to sit on the bus, we got the right to move in different places, eat at restaurants, we got the right to go to schools, we got the right to do all that. A lot of black people grabbed hold of that and immersed themselves and education and raising their kids right, going to church and living a level type of life and being somebody and looking towards the future. Our household with my mother, and I'm sure there's a lot of other mothers who didn't understand it, didn't get the, what do they say? Understand the project or whatever that is. We lived differently. I mean, it was a struggle. So she had to do what she had to do to keep food on the table, to keep shelter, to keep clothes on our back, to keep things. So her route was, you know, gambling parties, making money, raising money, men, get money from men with my older sisters, you know, they come. And I'm sure it's people like that now who got drop dead gorgeous daughters. Men hang around. And those men will buy and do stuff just to be there. I mean, she did it that way. Other people went the educational way. My mama went the street way. And a lot of other people do it. And it's done to this day. Because I'm sure you got people that's getting ready to go out tonight. What they going out for? Other than to have fun and all that. To meet somebody. I mean, to supplement their income. To however they want to call it or do it. Yeah. So I'm telling this because that's not the route we took. And for me to end up where I am and who I am and how I am, it's just me telling you guys to hopefully give out information where it'll catch somebody, you know, mentally. Some young girl or whoever, teenager, young mother, might can hear one of my stories and it clicked something for her. You know, it took me all the way up to here to pull my life together. Not understand that, to now understand that that wasn't normal growing up the way we grew up. So I'll try to clear it up. If you watch my videos and, you know, they seem interesting, you can like piece together, oh, this is what she's trying to tell us. Oh, I see now. She right. A lot of black people didn't go the educational route. That's what happened. That's why we got these Pookies and Juniors out here doing this. They were raised in this kind of family. So I'm just trying to give you an example of where I come from. That's all. All right.